Hey guys, I'm doing Get Ready With Me. I've already applied my primer, my VFX primer. I didn't use strobe this time. I'm then going to go in with my stick concealer. I'm just going to do it around my eyes and my blemishes for right now. And then I'm going to go back in later and put some more on after I've finished my eye makeup. So I'll be singing and dancing, and Elin will pop on and sing and dancing too. I'm going to go in with my VFX Pro Cream Already foundation. Just using the color Vanilla. It's a little bit dark for me right now because I haven't been tanning for a while, so I've lost a little bit of color. But it blends in nice enough to where it's not a horrible, harsh line from my face to my neck. Again, I'm just putting this around my eye area and on my blemishes. I can never get this to work ever, but I'm now going in with my finishing powder, my setting powder, the translucent. I'm just putting that on my eyes so my eyeshadow will not crease. I'm now going to use my Morphe palette. I've got several different brushes. I don't know the names of them. I don't know that any of them really have names on them. I'm not that fancy. But I at least tried to show you the kind of brush. Right now I'm applying that light brown all over my lid. And I'm going to take two of the slightly darker shades for a nice transition right there. I'm applying this all over my lid. Now that bigger side that I just showed you, it's for blending. Always want to make sure that you blend, blend, blend. Every additional color that you add, you need to make sure that you blend it out so it doesn't look harsh. The blending process can take a while, but it's better for it to take a while and look good than to not be blended, and you can definitely tell when eyeshadow has not been blended very well. I'm going to go with pretty dark colors. I'm going to just put these on my outer corner. And this is a big reason why I did my eye makeup first. So that way I could get messy on my outer corners and I could easily fix it with some foundation and concealer. And again, blending it all out. Blend, 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 and dancing. I should have put the song that I was singing and dancing to. Again, I can never do that. This is the Ink Master. I generally do not put eyeliner on my top lids, but today it just I just kind of felt like it. I was going to put on some fake eyelashes, but since the wind was 300 miles an hour outside today, I wasn't sure if that would be a good thing to do. And of course, I can't get them even. I've got one eye that looks good, and then one eye that is never even. And then whenever you keep trying to even them out, then you make one bigger and you have to go back and make the other one bigger. It's a pain, which is a big reason why I usually don't use eyeliner on my top. This is just the express eyeliner putting on my bottom lid. And this eyeliner is one of the best eyeliners that I have found. It doesn't bleed down to underneath your eye, and it stays on all day. I really like it. Going in with Morphe, this is more of a highlighting color, really. I'm going to do somewhat of a cut crease. Now, this brush didn't really work very well. It didn't pick up a lot of pigment, as you can tell. So I went in with that brush. That came from my Anastasia palette. And the brush is awesome. It's a two-sided brush. So you can tell that it worked a lot better with that brush. And I don't really know what brush works with certain eye things. I just pick one and hope for the best. Again, I'm blending it all out. Even though it's a cut crease, you still don't want it to be harsh. Okay, now I'm going to go in and do my face with my VFX primer again. Or I'm sorry, my foundation. And you can tell if you take your time and go slow around your eyes, you can be as messy as you want. You could have went all the way out and made a huge mess, and you could have easily cleaned it up. Or you could have taken a makeup wipe and made a line yourself to where kind of having a cat eye with your eyeshadow. And you could just have taken a makeup wipe and just swiped it away so you have a nice straight line. I'm going back in with my stick concealer, putting it back underneath my eyes, on the sides of my nose, on my chin, down my nose, and on my forehead. Basically the places that I always highlight. And I'm blending that in. I'm going back in with some of my translucent finishing powder, putting it under my eyes. I'm putting quite a bit under my eyes to kind of set it. I'm putting it in that area right there to kind of give me more of a line to make my face look slimmer. I'm going in with some blush. I found some spots on my nose that weren't powdered very well, so I went back in with some powder. This is bronzer. It smells so good. Elan's obviously standing right beside me, so that's why I keep turning my head. He's probably doing what he's not supposed to do. I'm going to go in just with a tiny little bit of extra right in that area. Kind of blending it all out. Going in with my terracotta highlighter. My best friend. I don't know why I can never get that to work. I'm going to have to Google how you can get it to work, or just play around with it when I'm not on camera. This is the Double Lash Extend Mascara. I feel like when I have eyeliner on my top lids that my eyelashes don't stick out as much. So right now I'm just taking a spoolie and just kind of basically brushing the makeup out of my eyebrows that have gotten in there, if any. And I'm just going to go in with some colors underneath my eye. I always use the colors, a few colors that I have used on my top lid, and then I blend it out. I think I actually used a purple color, but it was very faint because I mixed it with the darker brown. I'm just smoking it out a little bit. Adding a little bit more dark on the outside corners. And now I'm putting the light I usually always touch up my eyeshadow a couple times before I'm done. Because you always, once you keep staring at your face, you notice that you miss spots or things need to be blended out more, added. Right now I'm looking at 2 different lip liners that I couldn't decide on. These ones, I'm not even sure which one it was. But this is just one I got from Walmart. I believe it's a L'Oreal one. I'm going in with my nude lip gloss. It's called Nude Flirt. It's such a pretty color. So this is going to sound kind of weird, but anytime that like my nose itches or any part of my face itches, I'm going back in with my highlighter. But anytime my face itches, I will take my beauty blender and I will just put powder over it as kind of itching for me so I don't take off my makeup before I put my setting spray on. Now, I don't always put highlighter in my inner corners and underneath my brow, but today I was feeling a bit extra. Now I'm going in with some mascara on my bottom lashes. And of course, I have to do a little touch on the top. Just kind of adding a couple extra things. Now I'm going in with my Be Fit Face Refreshing and Setting Spray. Okay. Now I am going to curl my hair. I have brushed it out thoroughly and I put some Chi heat guard on it just so I don't ruin my hair. I don't curl my hair very often, and I usually don't straighten my hair either. I always worry that if I straighten it and curl it way too much, that it'll get frizzy and then the ends will be bad, and I don't want that to happen. So this is just some Herbal Essence hairspray. It's the flexible hold. I don't put very much on it because I don't want it to be stiff. I just spray a tiny little bit. Now, whenever I'm not doing videos, I will usually curl the bottom half of my hair, then do my makeup, and then do the top half of my hair. I usually split it into 3 sections. So the bottom section that I'm doing now, I don't take too much time to make sure that it's perfect because this is the section that nobody sees. Now this is on to my next section. Now this is the section that people will see. Again, brushing it out. I'm doing it gently. It didn't look like it, but I'm doing it gently. Again, I spray each section with the heat guard, making sure to really get on my ends, teasing it just a little bit, even though I didn't tease it on the other side, but the end product looks fine. I was doing this looking into the phone. Obviously, I usually do it looking into the mirror. So it was a little challenging. I sprayed it just a little bit. A little bit of hairspray. I noticed my forehead it wasn't blended enough, which I tend to do that a lot. So I've been trying to keep my hair parted in the middle just for a change, instead of always parting it on the side. So again, I went in with my heat guard. A little bit of hairspray. A little bit of hairspray. Now, since all my hair is done, I go back in and make sure there's nothing that's too crazy looking, that's not uncurled or longer than the rest. Okay, now I wait and make sure my hair is completely cooled off before I start messing with any of the curls. So right now I'm just kind of brushing it out with a thin tooth comb. And I'm teasing it a little bit. I don't like to tease it a lot. I don't like the way it feels. So now that everything is kind of brushed out and everything is curled, now it's just playing with it and teasing it and brushing it and parting it and reparting it to try to figure out what I think looks good. Now I'm just going in with a regular brush and brushing it out a little bit more. It was still a little bit too curly for my liking, which is kind of funny. You spent all that time curling it just to brush it out a little bit.